Hello, my name is Brian Galebuck, and I will be a guest commentator in this video for Dweebovision. I am a North American Scrabble expert, and in this video I am going to play Scrabble while providing in-game commentary on my moves. Hopefully this will help to improve your game and be fun to watch. I will be playing this game with the North American Tournament word list and the double challenge rule, in which a lost challenge always results in a loss of turn. The game is just about to start, so let's join the action. Okay, it's my opponent to go first. I have a rack with two sets of duplicated letters, the duplicated A and the duplicated R. I'm going to really quickly consider if there might possibly be a bingo with an additional letter. I don't believe this makes a 7-letter bingo. Alright, I'm just cycling through possible floaters in my mind to see if I can come up with an 8-letter word. Okay, now I can consider just the letters on the board. I almost have the word paragon, but that would need an E instead of an A. I don't believe the P makes anything. The U does not look promising. How about the T? Tarragon. I believe, is that how that's spelled with 2 R's? That seems right to me, and I'm going to give it a try. If I'm incorrect and my opponent challenges it off, I'll lose the turn. Otherwise, they would lose a turn. That seems correct to me. Now, this looks very promising as well. Is there a 7-letter bingo with these letters? Maltose. Maltose, I believe, is a kind of sugar. But does that play? I don't believe that plays on the board right now. Okay, now I can also consider... Now my opponent comes right back with a bingo, so nice find by my opponent, refacing. Now, all right. Now that, I mustn't forget, this takes a front P, and that would be a high-scoring play for whoever gets a P first. So don't forget that. One P has already been played, so there's only one P remaining, but a blank would work there as well. Now, I want to try to find a bingo, and Maltose does not play that I can see. Okay, so I'm going to consider different floaters here. Let's look at these ones going horizontally first. G. I'm not seeing a word there. How about A? Not that I can see. How about R? That looks very promising. Let's see. A-E-L-M-O-R-S-T. That seems like it should be something. I'm going to consider each letter as the beginning of a word. That looks extremely promising, but I'm not seeing a word there. Maybe I'll think for about 5 more seconds. Okay, I guess I'm going to give up on that, but I'm feeling like there might be something. Now, how about with a P? No, I don't think so. How about a U? Soulmate. U-L, but that doesn't fit because I'm blocked by these letters here. Now, I already considered an R here in the middle. How about with another E at the end of a word? Oatmeals. Oatmeals through an A. Ah, okay, so here's an A. So I could go oatmeals here for 70 points. Or I could go oatmeals here for 70 points. This play looks a little more defensive, and I will be up in the game, so I'm going to go with this placement, and I'm not going to look too much longer for a play because I think there's not going to be anything that's a lot better than this. And I draw a blank, so I'm off to a really fast start here in this game. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to bingo somewhere, although with this defensive placement of oatmeals, I may have stymied myself somewhat, but I should surely be able to play something through this R, I believe. Or maybe something through the O. Okay, let's approach this a little more systematically. Okay, so how about with the R? Then that would duplicate an R on my rack. Airliners would be a 9, so that's not going to be correct. Now, Berlins is a word by itself, so right now I could pluralize ratio to make Berlins immediately. Now, I mustn't forget this P hook. If I would have, I don't believe I could make a bingo ending in P, though, and I don't want to sacrifice a bingo just to make a play here with the blank. That would be fewer points. I should go for a bingo. Now, another interesting idea is to try to get a double-double here with this I that's just been placed here. But what would that end in? Maybe a C. But that doesn't look promising. Okay, so I don't believe that is. So first of all, I have Berlin's at the very least 64 points. So that's currently my target. I believe we can beat that score. Now, okay, I see a better play already. Alienors would be 66. Well, how much was the other one? The other one was 64, right? 60. So that's only 2 points more. I guess the reason is even though I'm getting doubled, I'm not getting points for ratio. Ratio adds basically another 6 points to the score here. Perhaps with this rack, I'm not really going to score a lot more than this. The only way I would score more is if I could get this double-double here. So let me just circle really quick through the tiles here and see if I could see something with 2 eyes. This doesn't seem like it's going to be promising, so maybe I shouldn't spend too much time on this. It's tempting to sometimes try to always find the best play that you can find, but of course the downside is you're taking time, and then if you get in time trouble later in the game, that prevents you from finding better plays later in the game. So I'm going to go with Alienors, which I saw pretty quickly here. That seems like a pretty good play. I'm going to go with this. All right, I draw a Q, which is a high-scoring tile, but I got a U with it, which is very good. I also got AID, so I can play Chi, QI, or I could play Cade or Kadi. So I have Q is normally a pretty inflexible tile, but in this case, okay, and unfortunately my opponent resigned. And that's a little bit unfortunate. I guess maybe they were just irritated that I got 3 bingos in a row. I'm just going to pause while I just talk with this person here real quick. I don't want them to be upset, and I'll be right back with you. All right, I'm resuming the video here. I just had a quick chat with my opponent just to make sure they weren't too upset, and the opponent is fine. They actually know who I am, so they just were kind of dismayed to start off with such a slow start to that game. In any case, I'm going to examine the game here and see if there was anything we missed. It was a very short game. All right, so at the beginning, my opponent had what looks like Putsier, which is not a bingo. that they could have played prize. And putz is pretty good, leaves a pretty good rack there. And I found tarragon. Arrogant is the anagram, which I did not think of. That would have played from the top. I think both plays are fine. And my opponent found the only bingo, so good job to my opponent. And oatmeals was the only bingo here again, and I had the 2 placements, and for the reasons I stated before, I chose the placement to the left. It's a little more board closing, which when you're ahead in the game is what you want. My opponent had a poor rack with a lot of vowels and duplicated letters and went for a tile cleaning play. And I made a play for 66 points, so I could have got a maximum of 6 points more by playing Slinger from 13G. All right, S-L-I-N, ration. Okay, so I didn't consider the N hook here. I was only considering an S hook there. So that would have been a double word score plus ratio is how I could have got more points on that one. And after that, my opponent resigned, so that's the end of the game. Well, anyway, when you play online, sometimes this can happen. Unlike in real life, where it's considered poor form to resign a game or to want to leave during the game, online things are a little bit more relaxed. So if you get off to a really slow start, your opponent can resign, and it's not really worth getting upset about. I wanted to make sure my opponent wasn't upset at me, which they were not. So I was happy to find that out. So anyway, I think I'm going to end this video, and I may start another guest video, which could possibly be published on the same day. So anyway, this was a very short game, but I hope you enjoyed watching this. My name is Brian Galebuck, and this has been a video for Dweebovision.